Get up, you son of a bitch!
Cause Punch Drunk loves ya. Yeah. You already know this is Punch Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself, aka El Adobo, aka El Sazón, aka El Borracho, aka Café Bustelo, aka El Pastor de Boxeo. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you at this side of heaven. God bless you all. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know fight week. 154-pound division, one of the most stacked division in the sport of boxing. Interesting division, more challenging division in the sport of boxing. We got the phenom, Vergil Ortiz, dangerous knockout artist, versus Lubin. Lubin, hella, very, very good skills. Got the skills to upset the card, has the skills to upset Vergil Ortiz, have the skills to upset the boxing world, because I know what the boxing world wants. You know, and I know that you want Vergil versus Jaron Boots Ennis. And there's a lot of people that believe that the primary fight in 154-pound division is Jaron Boots Ennis versus Vergil Ortiz. But if you've been following the channel, Punch Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself, El Pastor de Boxeo, been trying to tell y'all for years that the 154-pound division is the most difficult division, most challenging division, the best division in the sport of boxing. Anything could happen. And I know that's cliche. Yo, you know what I'm saying? Anything could happen. You know what I'm saying? In any division, Punch. No. No, in a 154-pound division, anything could happen. The number one could easily lose to the number 10. Not because it's just the upset. Not because it's just, oh my God, I ain't think this could happen. This is a Buster Douglas moment. No. It's because that's how stacked this division is. Ladies and gentlemen, do not be surprised if Lubin beats Vergil Ortiz. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I got Vergil Ortiz beating Lubin. But I also see this fight as being a fight of the year candidate, because as much as both of these guys got good, very, very good skill set, both of these guys throw down. Both of these guys love a war. As soon as you tap the chin in a significant way, whenever you see somebody tap the chin of Vergil Ortiz, tap the chin of Lubin, and they got a little shaken up, they get a little buzzed up. Oh, they go into fight mode, not boxing mode. Nah, let me see the sweet sides, the technical side. Let me just run around and stuff like that, and let me save myself. No. You don't see no damn, and no disrespect to Devin Haney, but you don't see no damn Devin Haney with Vergil Ortiz. You don't see no Devin Haney tactics with Lubin. Even when Lubin lost, outside of the Jamel Charlo first round knockout. But that was a war with him and Sebastian Fundora. I know that, damn, I even thought that Lubin was going to get his plastic surgery after the fight. He was unrecognizable. But let's not forget that fight right there was a war. And ladies and gentlemen, I will be a fan if I see the rematch of Sebastian Fundora versus Lubin. Shout out to everybody, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all already know, so smash that like button, smash that like. Y'all already know, man. This is Punch Drunk Boxing, the Shadow Band channel. In the YTBC, because I keep it real, because I keep it unbiased, logically, and objectively, and I don't care about a lot of people's feelings, not in the industry or nothing like that. Oh yeah, man, I'm AKA Shadow Band, AKA Blackballed, because in the sport of boxing, they don't like you keeping it real, and in the land of social media, they don't like you keeping it real. But it is what it is. I got the support of the people. Y'all gotta support the channel. You got number. You know what I'm saying? Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. So it's up to y'all. But this is gonna be a hell of a matchup. Let me put the photo. As a matter of fact, let me put this photo up here. Give me a second. I know they've been talking about Terrence Bud Crawford going back to the 160, well, not going back, but going to the 160-pound division to potentially face Janibek. It's so funny though. This is why I get kind of frustrated with the boxing world in social media, especially in the YTBC, the Twitter spaces and stuff like that. Because damn, yo. Like, shout out to Janibek, right? But I always heard that Jamal Charlo ain't do nothing. Demetrius Andre ain't do nothing. But look at how everybody's parading this potential fight with Janibek and Terrence Bud Crawford. Oh my God, that's a good fight in 160. Oh my God, that's a good fight in 160. Why Janibek? Why Janibek and why not Carlos Adames? That we all know that he got that draw was actually a rob by Shiraz. We all know that was a rob. Why y'all don't pump Carlos Adames and Terrence Bud Crawford? Why don't y'all pump that fight? Why don't y'all pump Lara gonna be facing Janibek? But I'm saying, why is this the Janibek and Bud Crawford? I hear more media folks talking about this Janibek and Bud Crawford. Hasn't Janibek done less than every potential opponent? He's done less than Demetrius Andre. Y'all don't want to hear that in the 168-pound division for him to defend his undisputed world title. Y'all don't want to hear Jamal Charlo, the 2-division champion. Y'all don't want to hear that in 168. Y'all don't want to hear the Carlos Adames. Y'all don't want to hear Lara's. I remember before Terrence Bud Crawford went to the 168-pound division, I did videos and I was talking about, hey, yo, maybe Terrence Bud Crawford should just go to the 160-pound division and become a 6th-division world champion and tie Oscar De La Hoya. And people would say, you are hating Punch. No, let him just fight Canelo Alvarez. All right, he fought Canelo Alvarez. But now all of a sudden, this Janibek. So now Janibek get the praise by everybody to get a potential fight with Terrence Bud Crawford, but all y'all was bitching about Jamal Charlo shouldn't get the opportunity to face Canelo Alvarez. Demetrius Andre don't get an opportunity for undisputed in 160 and the Canelo Alvarez fight, but Janibek gets the prize of Terrence Bud Crawford. My God. Yo, the American boxing fans truly hate their own. Truly hate their own. I don't hear nobody even saying, nah, Janibek, he ain't do nothing. What has he done? Who has he beaten? Look at his resume. Nobody be downplaying Janibek like I was downplaying 14 years of the career of Demetrius Andre, downplaying Jamal Charlo. But Janibek gets the ultimate prize to get a fight with Terrence Bud Crawford. Wow, Janibek, you are so lucky. We love you out here in America. Where is the narrative? I want to hear the narrative, ladies and gentlemen. Please keep the same energy. Why don't I hear the narrative? What happened? What is it? What is it? Is that Janibek is not managed by Al Heyman? That's what it is? That's what it's all about? Where is the narrative? I've heard for years. Demetrius Andre ain't fighting nobody. He don't deserve a Canelo Alvarez fight. He don't deserve payday. We heard Jamal Charlo. He don't deserve nothing. In this boxing world, it's about not deserving. But Janibek, oh, yo, Terrence Bud Crawford should fight Janibek. Oh, yeah, that'll be a good fight. What the fuck Janibek has done in the sport of boxing? Who is he fought? Who did he beat? No narratives from y'all? None of y'all gonna spin some narratives? Please, I want to hear the narratives. I want to hear how special these narratives is. No. My God. And they say I'm crazy. They say, Punch Drunk, you crazy. No, y'all crazy, bro. Y'all crazy. Smash that like button, damn it. I just want to hear the same energy. Yo, all he fought, all Demetrius Andre fought was a bunch of Euro bums. Who the hell had Janibek fought? He gets a Terrence Bud Crawford fight. Oh, nice. My gosh. Let's see Shiraz versus David Benavidez in the 168-pound division of the weight bully, says Davo. Hey yo, Savage, what's good, my brother Savage? Am I blown out of proportion? Am I talking out of my ass or something like that? Yo, Savage, tell me, help me out, bro. Let me know if I'm wrong. Y'all my peoples. Let me know if I'm wrong, bro. Damn, bro. In this community, they spin narratives for American fighters not to get an opportunity. You tell me why Janibek deserve a Terrence Bud Crawford fight after Terrence Bud Crawford beat the face of boxing Canelo Alvarez. Why does he deserve it? Out of everybody, why he's done the less? Why does he deserve it? Frauds of boxing fans. It's crazy. But anyway, let me get this thing out of the way, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get this thing out of the way. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know the 154-pound division. And I told y'all, man, I could be talking about the 154-pound division for the rest of 2026 because this is the division that's going to keep boxing alive and boxing relevant in North America. This is the division. This is the division that's going to keep boxing relevant. This is the division that if you think that boxing is dying, is going to keep boxing alive. If you think that boxing is in a coma, this division is going to wake it up. Ladies and gentlemen, I could talk about again 2026. I'm gonna talk about the 154-pound division more than any division in the world. And you can mismatch it with anything, and every fight is a motherfucking great fight. If you hear somebody saying, no, he doesn't deserve the fight, hey, yo, tell him don't talk about boxing. Because I even heard a bunch of people saying, why does Keith Thurman get the opportunity to fight Honduras? Shut the F up. Keith Thurman is highly, highly accomplished, bro. That only lost to Manny Pacquiao, the 8th division world champion, 5-time lineal, 12-time world champion, the ambassador, the senator, the humanitarian, the greatest karaoke singer of them all, the GOAT, Manny Pacquiao. If Jermell Charlo comes back to the 154-pound division, he's still the man to beat. I read a comment section. A comment said that Jermell Charlo's not even an elite fighter. What the fuck is he talking about? Huh? Transcendent Sports in the building. What's good, man? Long time no see, my brother. What's good, bro? Yo, look at this beautiful division. And I'm going to tell you like this. Anything can happen. Do not be surprised. I know. Look, do not make the same mistakes that many of us have done trying to look past opponents. Because we don't want fighters to look past their opponents. But sometimes the boxing world, we be looking past the opponent as well, because we so want the fight with Boots and Vergil that we look past the opponent of Vergil Ortiz, which is Erickson Lubin, that has the skill set to upset Vergil Ortiz. Do I think that Erickson Lubin is gonna win? Am I predicting that Erickson Lubin is gonna beat Vergil Ortiz? No, I'm not predicting that, but I will not be surprised if he upsets Vergil Ortiz. Now, I'm going to give you my reason what I think. I believe I got Vergil Ortiz winning. I'm going to give you my opinion why I believe that Vergil Ortiz is winning. Vergil Ortiz is battle-tested just like Erickson Lubin, but Vergil Ortiz has overcome his battles. That's the difference between Erickson Lubin and Vergil Ortiz. I believe that this fight is going to be a fight, not just going to be a tactical matchup. I think that the chin gets tapped by Lubin, and the chin get tapped by Vergil Ortiz. They turn it up, but Vergil Ortiz turn it up and he overcomes. Erickson Lubin turns it up and he don't overcome. That's the difference between Erickson Lubin and that's the difference between Vergil Ortiz. Both of these guys got a similar mindset. Vet in the building. Call the episode. That super chatty party game. That'll me, Mr. Moonshine. Maybe Crawford won't that easy smoke to be great. Just my opinion. Hey, yo, look, ladies, hey, yo, Vet. Good looking out. God bless you, my brother. Thank you for the contributions and donations. I thought it was a trash can. I think that Terrence Bud Crawford don't need to do nothing, right? But if there's certain things that he hasn't done, that because he's a 3-division undisputed world champion, but there's certain things that, and a lot of people may say, damn, Terrence Bud Crawford has done it all in the sport of boxing. The only thing that if I need to ask Bud Crawford to do something as a boxing fan that I haven't seen him do is defend his undisputed world championship crown. And in this generation, a lot of people do not defend their undisputed championship crown. You got to give a lot of props for Devin Haney for defending his undisputed crown versus a guy like Vasily Lomachenko. That was a gutsy move. That was gutsy. We do not see that a lot. We do not see you defending your world title versus a risky opponent like a Loma. And the thing about the thing about Devin Haney, regardless of how you feel that fight went through, regardless if you have Loma winning or Devin Haney winning or whatever, stuff like that, if you felt like it was controversial, whatever. At the end of the day, Devin Haney did not have to face Lomachenko. He did not have to defend that. He could have gone to the 140-pound division like he did and for reaches progress. He could have just gone out there. He already had the undisputed, so he could have positioned to be the mandatory through the IBF, the WBO, the WBC, the WBA. And he defended his undisputed world champion. And this is why I say, in the 168-pound division, who would I want to see Terence Bud Crawford fight? It will be Demetrius Boo Boo Andre or Jermall Charlo. And if y'all don't think that would be a good fight, shut the F up, you lying to yourself. Just like I was lying to myself, thinking that Terence Bud Crawford won't challenge Canelo Alvarez. Because in the end of the day, as much as I didn't even think that it was going to be a tough fight for Canelo Alvarez, we all know the skill set that gives Canelo Alvarez problems. I want to see Terence Bud Crawford in the ring with another southpaw slick fighter, amateur background like Boo Boo Andre. And the only reason why people who do not want to see that fight is because the smear campaign throughout the years of Boo Boo Andre, so you don't want to see it because you just don't like him. Jermall Charlo because you just don't like him. It's not that it's not a good fight. That is not a good fight. Jermall Charlo still undefeated. Now you could say, oh, but you think that Bud will beat Jermall Charlo? Bud will beat Boo Boo? That's on y'all. But if I would like to see Terence Bud Crawford defend his undisputed crown versus those two guys at 168, if he's not going to be at 168 and wants to go to 160, in my opinion, the guy that deserved the most is Carlos Adames. El Dominicano, el Platanero, Manguco, los tres golpes. And why y'all talk about Carlos Adames? Because he's Dominican? Huh? That's the problem with you? Huh? You don't want to give Carlos Adames a championship fight, a good fight with Terence Bud Crawford? Huh? Because he's Plátano Maduro? Y ese gentleman no ha hecho nada. Ese Palomo. He don't do nothing. Why you don't talk about Carlos Adames and Bud Crawford? Huh? If we're talking 160-pound division, if Bud Crawford wants to go back to the 168, Carlos Adames y Bud Crawford, mamaguevito, everybody, huh? All right? And if he doesn't, then I want Bud Crawford to go back to the division that he looked ordinary. I would like to see Terence Bud Crawford, if he's not going to fight in 168, not defend his crown versus Boo Boo Andre or Jermall Charlo, if he goes to 165, Carlos Adames, and if it's not Carlos Adames, or the winner of Jenna and Lara, because that's a good fight. That's a good unification bout. You know what I'm saying? That's a good fight. That's a good fight. We've seen Lara retire Danny Garcia. We know Danny Garcia have beaten Terence Bud Crawford in the amateurs and stuff like that. Everybody kind of linked to one another and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, if he can't get the Carlos Adames fight or the winner of Jenna and Lara, I want to see him go to the 154-pound division where he looked ordinary. I want to see Terence Bud Crawford. No, it's easy. No, easy. Yeah. The thing is that he did so good. He did so good versus Canelo Alvarez that people are like, oh, he beat Canelo Alvarez so he could beat the world. No. I want to see how Bud Crawford could go back to the most difficult division, stacked division in the sport of boxing. I want to see it. Yes, I want to see it. Because like I said, everybody in the 154-pound division has looked ordinary. I'm not saying they ain't look good. I'm not saying they ain't look very good. I'm not saying that some of these guys look great. All I'm saying is all of them had to overcome some type of adversity at 154. Ain't no cakewalk at 154. You can ask Terence Bud Crawford himself. Versus a 10-0 guy, 9-0 guy in Madrimov he had trouble with. This is the division. This is the division. This is the test. We haven't seen nobody just be awesome, great, untouchable. Like he was in the 147-pound division, like he was in the 140-pound division. Canelo Alvarez struggled at 154. We thought that, a lot of people thought that Lara beat him in 154. We seen Demis Andre get dropped at 154. We seen Tim Tszyu lose and win. We seen Brian Mendoza not beat Sebastian Fundora. We see Sebastian Fundora beat Tim Tszyu. We see Tony Harrison beat Charlo. We seen Charlo beat Harrison. We seen Harrison lose to Tim Tszyu. We seen Vergil Ortiz go through his adversity through with Boachuk. There was a lot of people that felt like Boachuk beat Vergil Ortiz. Boachuk lost his last fight. Vet. Colo 10 pesos. Good looking out. I'm only biased toward Crawford because he be saying Pacquiao is on PED. F him. Shout out to Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao, a Christian man. Huh? Be playing around Manny Pacquiao to go. Crazy. Good looking out. Appreciate you, Vet. You got to let it go, though. You know what I'm saying? Gotta let it go. Let Crawford. Let's not raid on Crawford's parade. He did something I thought he was not gonna do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna say that Canelo Alvarez was washed up. I'm gonna say that Canelo Alvarez was at the back end of his prime. Canelo Alvarez's soul got stripped. Canelo Alvarez's heart got taken away from Bivol, and then Bud Crawford came and snatched his soul away. I don't know what Canelo Alvarez got left. If I was him, I'd retire because the next fight that he's going to fight, he's going to get knocked out. I'm telling y'all right now, Canelo Alvarez in his next fight is going to get knocked out like Roy Jones Jr. got knocked out by Glenn Johnson. He got nothing left. He got nothing left here. He got nothing left here. All this is this. It's just he got too much money on the table. And he might not go away. That's the reason why he fell for that Bud Crawford fight with Turkey Al-Shea. Come. You do not want to fight Bud Crawford? David Benavidez? I know what to do with him. I know you're the kind motherfucker. You're like a stripper. I would go to the strip club, give money, and I got women swinging on poles. I don't know how to get Canelo Alvarez. I would give him the type of funds that he cannot refuse. Come on. You would fight my chocolate thunder, motherfucker. And y'all remember when I said, yo, it's a setup. Canelo Alvarez, don't do it. Canelo Alvarez, don't do it. You rather lose to David Benavidez, a passing of the torch fight, and you lost to Terrence Bud Crawford. And I'm not saying that Terrence Bud Crawford, on paper, Canelo Alvarez should not be losing to Terrence Bud Crawford. On paper, Canelo Alvarez should not be losing to Terrence Bud Crawford. Now it was an embarrassment. See, if he would have lost to David Benavidez, he would have lost with his head up. It's almost like when Oscar De La Hoya beat Julio Cesar Chavez. Respected. Because Oscar De La Hoya was on the come up. He was bound to be great. It was inevitable. That was the passing of the torch fight. It was inevitable. And you lost to Terrence Bud Crawford, you damn fool. But anyway, Rap Star Boxing Knowledge, the voice of the UK London. Low Nose Boxing in the building. Colo 2 pesos, the super chari party cake. Hey, Low Nose Boxing, my brother. You my brother, all right? The $2 do nothing for us in New York City anymore. Let's see the $5 or something like that, my friend. Up to $2. ¿Qué es eso? YouTube me va a quitar 30% of the $2. Yo, Low Nose Boxing, we from New York City. You know that we can't even buy a tropical fantasy juice with $2. Ni una menta. We can't even buy a Mimbo with $2. Not even honey bun. Come on, my brother. We no be cheapy with your boy, Pontron Boxing. Okay, no be cheapy, all right? Good looking out, my brother. Good looking out, blow. City Style Boxing con los 50 pesos. Here's a little song for your punch. Good looking out, City. Good looking out, City Style. See, a comprar. Let's go to a buffet, to the Indian buffet. Good looking out, man. Appreciate you. Man, God bless you, man. Mira, Low Nose Boxing, dándome 2 pesitos. Okay? Hey, yo, ladies and gentlemen, what can you get for $2? Ladies and gentlemen, no. Let's be real. Let me real. I'm not saying I'm ungrateful, but we got to be real. We got to be because Lono's Boxing is my brother. So he said, "You heard Turkey Cousins, the new mayor of New York City." Oh shit! But Lowe's, what could we get for $2 in New York City? Huh? Be real. What can we get for $2 in New York City? I read the super chat, Lono's Boxing. Huh? Pero dime ahora, what can we get for $2 in New York City? Huh? Not even a candy, my brother. Not even a candy. Not a Skitter, not a sneaker bar, not a Milky Way, nothing like that. Nothing. No Twix, no nothing. You can't get nothing for $2. Nothing. They don't even sell 2 pesos de plátanos anymore. They don't even sell $2 cold cuts no more. They don't even sell $2 sandwiches on a roll without mayo. Huh? You can't even get, remember back in the days, you get 2 pieces of chicken wings and it was 50 cents. You can't even get that. Not even a piece of gum. The blow pops cost $2 plus tax. Huh? Trust me, I know about the candies because I did it for Halloween and stuff. I bought a bunch of candy for Halloween and give it away. Stop. Yeah. Hey, y'all, I'm going to call YouTube. Hey, yo, YouTube, take that little $2 away because what can we get with $2? And YouTube going to take 30% out of the $2. Yeah, they had the $2. That's like you. That's like you going to the subway, New York City subway, and give that bum 5 cents. Where he gonna get 5 cents? 5 cents is the new penny now. 10 cents and 5 cents is the new penny. I don't even know why pennies is still out. He said, "I pack a gum so your breath." He said, Lono's Boxing say, "Yo, I'll pack a gum so your breath won't be smelling at the ball when you pull up." Man, please. Tell him, City. Hey, yo, tell him, City. Support your boy. You quit being cheap. Tell him, City. Damn, City. That's all I'm talking about, man. Real support out here, man. Yo, they don't even sell Arizona. You remember Arizona, the Arizona can for 99 cents? You can't even get that anymore, my brother. You can't even get $2. You remember back in the day, you can't even get a $2 cup of coffee in the little bagel truck out there in downtown. They don't even sell dollar pizzas anymore. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, do not be surprised if Erickson Lubin upsets Vergil Ortiz. But let me continue why I got Vergil Ortiz beating Erickson Lubin. I think it's going to be a great fight. How I think it's going to end in a knockout or a stoppage. I just look at these guys that once they get, I'm going to say, cut Vergil Ortiz and Erickson Lubin usually get bored just boxing. They need to fight. They're fighters in their heart. They got good technical skills, but they fighters in their heart. And when they fight, they fall into the vulnerabilities. Both of these guys do get hit. Vergil Ortiz, we seen him get stunned. We seen him get dropped. We seen Erickson Lubin get stunned. We seen him get dropped. We seen him get knocked out and catch the Holy Ghost. We seen that. So both of these guys are highly vulnerable. So don't think. Both of these guys have pop. Lubin has power. Vergil Ortiz has power. Which guys got more power? I believe that Vergil Ortiz got a little bit more power. I believe that Lubin got more wear and tear. I believe that both could dish it and could take it, but I do believe that Vergil Ortiz could take it better. I believe in the corner, I believe Vergil Ortiz right now got a better corner. No shade thrown at Coach Kimura. I just feel like he hasn't been with Lubin enough to prepare for Vergil Ortiz and Robert Garcia and the well-oiled machine that he got with Vergil Ortiz and in that gym and Vergil Ortiz Sr. I think that ego, whatever happened to that relationship between Erickson Lubin and Coach Kevin Cunningham, because what we saw, what I've studied about Erickson Lubin and Coach Cunningham is that Erickson Lubin started to become a better fighter. And he started listening, especially on that Ramos fight. See, the difference is also in the wrinkles and the way that these both guys could adjust is I seen Erickson Lubin adjust to just being a boxer and moving around. That's why a lot of people was mad at Erickson Lubin with the Ramos fight. But at the end of the day, he adjusted and won that fight. And I was there for that fight. That wasn't a co-main event or the undercard of Canelo Alvarez versus Jamel Charlo. And I was around people and I said, if Erickson Lubin get these 2 rounds, he's gonna win the fight. All of them. Every single person that I said that thought I was crazy. He said, hell no. Yo, Ramos is winning by a lot. I said, nah, that second half. He's taking all the rounds right now. Erickson Lubin probably lost the first 6, but the last 6 or 7, he's winning, bro. I said, if he loses these 2 rounds, if he wins these 2 rounds, Erickson Lubin's going to win. Do not be afraid. Do not be surprised if it's a draw or he gets the victory. When he got the victory, everybody, no robbery. And I said, no, it was not. I told y'all. Because finally, Erickson Lubin did in the Ramos fight what he was supposed to do in the Sebastian Fundora fight. But he got into that war with Sebastian Fundora. If he would have adjusted and started doing what he did with Ramos, he would have probably would have survived that fight and maybe won that fight. That's one thing I like about the 154-pound division, that these dudes, they throw down. This is a war division. Fundora likes a war. Keith Thurman now, he likes a war. Boots Ennis, we know that he could take it in condition. Now he's over there. He likes a war. Jamel Charlo versus Castaño. Jason Rosario. Harrison. He likes a war. Vergil Ortiz likes a war. Erickson Lubin likes a war. Earl Spence, that's potentially going to be moving to the 154-pound division, has a war. We still haven't seen a real war with Xander Zayas, but he's only, 23 years old. We're going to see a war from Xander Zayas because somebody going to push to make it a war. Tim Tszyu is in a war. Josh Kelly and Bakram, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to also be talking about this potential fight because I'm making my prediction right now and how the 154-pound division going to come through fruition. Listen up very, very quick. If you ain't get the memo, smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. If you ain't get the memo, this is what I believe is going to happen, and I'm going to predict it all the way for 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, as we all heard, Josh Kelly going to be fighting Bakram. Matchroom Boxing has taken over this fight, right? Matchroom Boxing has taken over this fight. And what this tells me is that Matchroom Boxing sees money, not with Bakram, with Josh Kelly. Ladies and gentlemen, mark my words. See, I look at boxing as a sport, but I also look at the politics of it and the business of it. It makes a lot of sense for Matchroom Boxing to take on Josh Kelly. Josh Kelly is a very, very skillful fighter. I know the hiccup versus Dave Avanesian still got people thinking, man, people are still stuck with Josh Kelly and Dave Avanesian the way they're still stuck with Teofimo Lopez and George Camboso. Josh Kelly in his last outing had a first-round KO. Josh Kelly has been stellar ever since the loss, right? And that was during the pandemic, with a lot of people during the pandemic, even like a David Benavidez that lost his title in the pandemic, Jojo Diaz. Everybody was having weight problems during the pandemic. It was just a abnormal situation and preparing for a fight, right? But Josh Kelly have like 6 victories after that, 5, 6, 7 victories after that, and people were stuck on David Avanesian. Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Kelly, mark my words, I'm predicting he will be Bakram. Yes, I said it. Josh Kelly will be Bakram. And Matchroom Boxing will be like, woo, we got something going. And then you're going to see not Boots versus Vergil after the Vergil with Erickson Lubin, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to see the fight that I've been pumping for nearly 7 years or 6 years. Y'all gonna see the fight that your boy Punch Run Boxing been talking about since 2019, but really since 2018. I just started popping in 2019. Let me take this thing out of the way so you can see. I don't know if y'all been following the channel for quite some time, but this is your boy Punch Run Boxing. When I was talking about Sharon Boots Ennis versus Josh Kelly, I know around this time a lot of y'all didn't know who Boots was. I know around this time no American was talking about Josh Kelly. I've been talking about this potential fight for a pretty long time. Gonna be 7 years, more than 6 years. I've been talking about this potential fight. Josh Kelly's with Matchroom. Boots Ennis is now with Matchroom. You will see a unification bout with Josh Kelly versus versus Boots Ennis in 2026, the summer. But guess what? Josh Kelly is going to be in the driver's seat to get another fight. Who's with Matchroom as well? Ooh, Conor Benn. Conor Benn will be Chris Eubank Jr. Go back to the 154-pound division and get a title shot with Josh Kelly. Matchroom Boxing is going to have a high stakes at 154. Mark my words. Bakram doesn't sell. Josh Kelly with a victory will sell. Josh Kelly versus Conor Benn is a big, huge fight in the UK. Josh Kelly versus Boots Ennis is a big, huge fight for the company. I'm predicting that Josh Kelly and Bakram will be fighting in the undercard of a potential fight with Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson. This is how good this is going to turn out to be. Now peep this. Let me put the faces again. Smash that like button. Let me know if y'all like what y'all listening to right now. Let me know if y'all like the possibility, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So we got Josh Kelly and Bakram. I got Josh Kelly upsetting Bakram. I know a lot of people are saying Bakram is this boogeyman. I got Josh Kelly. If Josh Kelly stays disciplined, even though that this is him, and this is what I like about Josh Kelly, and this is why I've been a fan of Josh Kelly. I like his swag. I like the way that he entertains. But when he does it, he becomes very undisciplined in the defensive end. But Josh Kelly, I know some of y'all don't want to hear this. Josh Kelly skillfully, tools-wise, is top 5 in the 154-pound division. Technically sound, Josh Kelly is top 5, top 3 in 154. I'm talking about skill set. I'm talking about tools. Josh Kelly is top 3, top 5 at 154. I'm not bugging out. I know what the hell I'm watching. Skillful. I'm talking about jab, footwork, combination. The only thing that he lacks a little bit is power, and you're going to need power at 154 because at 154, you're going to get into wars. That is it. At 154, this is a man division. You're going to get into a war at 154. Dímelo, count. Support the Filipino Flash, my brother. Good looking out with the $10 super chat. Appreciate you. He said, Punch been rocking with Josh Kelly for 5 years over now. Hey, you're going to be 7 years, rap star. It's going to be 7 years. So peep this. Good looking out. Appreciate you, Filipino Flash, my brother. I got upsets. Why do I got upsets? Why do I got upsets in my mind? Because at 154, do not be surprised if you see upsets. You cannot say that 154 is a stacked division and then be surprised there's an upset. If it's a stacked division, what does a stacked division mean? That there's a lot of good fights and good fighters. Do not be surprised if Keith Thurman beats Fundura. Do not be surprised if Josh Kelly beats Bakram. Do not be surprised if Lubin beats Vergil. Do not be surprised if Vergil beats Lubin. Do not be surprised if Boots Ennis fights Xander Zayas and Xander Zayas beat Boots. Do not be surprised if Boots beats Xander Zayas. Do not be surprised if Jamel Charlo comes right back and beats a Fundura or beats a Vergil or beats a Spence or beat anybody and stays as the king at 154. That's how stacked the division is, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody can get it. Anybody can get it. Just like a lot of you thought that Tim Tszyu, when Jamel Charlo was the king, you guys there was a bunch of people, not you guys, there was a bunch of people in the sport of boxing that was already giving Tim Tszyu the crown as the best 154. Where's Tim Tszyu now, folks? Where's Tim Tszyu? I know this community very, very well. You guys were shitting on Jamel Charlo, even when he beat Brian Castaño. And y'all was saying, Jamel Charlo was ducking Tim Tszyu. Where's Tim Tszyu now? It's not that Tim Tszyu is bad, ladies and gentlemen. It's that the 154-pound division is the most difficult division in the sport of boxing. How much you want to bet Tim Tszyu would have probably been more successful at 160? If everybody in the sport of boxing is so yo, Bud is pound for pound number one. But Bud is the king. Bud is the face of boxing. Let's not forget what he went through at 154. I'm not talking out of my ass. I know this division. This has been my favorite division ever since I've been talking on these mics. Ever since I created my channel, I told y'all 154 is the hardest division in the sport of boxing. Everybody has had their vulnerabilities. So, if Vergil Ortiz beats Lubin, you do not be surprised if you see Vergil Ortiz versus the winner of Fundura or Thurman. Vergil Ortiz versus the winner, or Vergil Ortiz, Xander Zayas, Puerto Rican versus Mexican. That's the way they're gonna promote it. But I'll tell you this, Vergil Ortiz, after this week, Jamel Charlo will be calling out Vergil Ortiz. Earl Spence will put his name on the hat. And you're going to see a Texas war. Vergil Ortiz versus Jamel Charlo may be next. It's not going to be Boots. It's not going to be Boots, ladies and gentlemen. It's not going to be Boots. It's not going to be Boots. It's going to be Vergil versus Charlo, Vergil versus Spence, or Vergil and Xander Zayas. It's not going to be Boots next. It's not going to be Boots. Boots is going to be taking care. Trust me, Eddie Hearn is going to keep Boots to himself and to Matchroom Boxing. He ain't going to give it to Turkey. He ain't going to give Boots to Turkey. I'm telling you right now. He's going to stay with Boots. It's going to be the winner. Boots will fight Ramos. I think that Boots will have an opportunity to fight Josh Kelly next, or Matchroom will have Josh Kelly versus Conor Benn. And let me tell you like this. If they give Josh Kelly the option, Josh Kelly will pick Conor Benn. I think that will be more of a money fight. That would be more of a money fight in the UK. That's an opportunity for Eddie Hearn to give Conor Benn an opportunity for a title shot. A potential Josh Kelly versus Conor Benn has been talked even before I was talking about Boots, and around the same time I was talking about a potential fight with Boots and Josh Kelly, they was talking about a potential fight with Josh Kelly and Conor Benn. Christian Padilla, one of the members of Punch Drunk Boxing, was good. Christian said, Vergil by brutal KO. I think this fight is gonna end up in a KO. I think this fight is gonna end up in a KO. It's not gonna go a long way. Another reason why I also got Vergil Ortiz, and I like both fighters. Y'all know I like both fighters. If y'all been following the channel, I had the opportunity to really even be in a training camp with Erickson Lubin. I just feel like the momentum of Vergil Ortiz, both of them are battle tested, but he's overcome those battles, those wars. I think he has a little bit of a better chin. I think he could sustain damage better. I think he got a little bit more power. I think both of these guys could adjust. You know, they both got good, very, very good skill set. I think the game plan and the comfortability of the corner is going to be on Vergil Ortiz's side, because there's going to be the first camp with Erickson Lubin and Coach K Komura I think if he had Coach Kevin Cunningham, it will be a whole different. I would look at this. Damn, it's gonna be very, very tough. It will be tougher than what I think this fight is gonna be. I won't be surprised if this fight is like a Vergil Ortiz versus Mean Machine, in which we seen Vergil Ortiz go through adversity, but still stop the Mean Machine. But I think there's gonna be some adversity. I do think that there's gonna be a fight of the year candidate. So I got Vergil edging a fight with Lubin. Not edging a fight with Lubin. I think it's gonna be a great fight, but it's gonna end it. It's almost. I feel like this fight is going to be like, you remember the fight with Beterbiev and Anthony Yard, where a lot of people was giving Anthony Yard a lot of credit. It was a war. It was back and forth, but then Beterbiev was just too much. And I think it's gonna be like that with Vergil and Lubin. I think it's gonna be like that with Vergil and Lubin. But 154 is going to be a very, very. It's going to be the division that's going to save the sport of boxing in North America. I'll be honest, and I think that if they have momentum, like, okay, we got Josh Kelly versus Bacron probably in January or February, early February or late January. Just keep it coming. You know what I'm saying? I wish that and we probably going to get a Thurman versus Fundura in January as well. Probably going to be in the card of Manny Pacquiao. They're going to be back as well. Probably going to be in the same week. The 24th, January 24th may be the date. But I think that boxing, you're going to see the first half of 2026 is going to be guns blazing. It is going to be fight after fight, week after week. Right? I'm predicting that. I think that 2026 is going to be like 2023. We're going to have a lot of great fights. And to be honest, I'm just saying that it would be a hell of a addition if Bud Crawford goes back to 154. It'll be just, if you just look at the matches. I believe that Earl Spence come back. Earl Spence, he said it before, he don't believe in tune-ups. And the stage of Earl Spence and Jamel Charlo, these guys already got a good sniff of good money. They're not going to come back for easy fights. They're not going to waste their time to do, at the age of what they are, they're in their mid-30s. They're not going to go to training camp, go through all that, and then go through another. They're not going to do it. They're going to come back for fights. Fights that's going to pay well. Fights that's going to keep them engaged into the sport of boxing, going to keep themselves motivated. So I won't be surprised if PBC, you already know, got the Thurman of Fundura, and then we'll see a fight with Earl Spence and Jamel Charlo, and the winner will fight the winner of Fundura and Thurman. The winner of Fundura and Thurman will fight the winner of Jamel Charlo and Earl Spence. Or I think people are going to be paying attention to this fight and see how everything is going to be moving with the Vergil Ortiz and Lubin. Because Vergil Ortiz, I believe, with this victory, I think he's going to be a major power player at 154. I think Xander Zayas, because Top Rank does not have a network, they're going to put a significant, probably a significant amount of money on Xander Zayas' table and be like, hey, yo, we can't even afford. I don't even think they could afford to just give Xander Zayas some easy fights. They don't have a network to build Xander Zayas. Either you take this good fight, or I don't think Top Rank has they don't have time to get these build-up fights for Xander Zayas, right? Muretaya is going to be fighting who? Andy Cruz. So we see that Top Rank is lending out their fighters. So I think Xander Zayas will have to fight in the Turkey Al Sheikh card next. I like that. He should have got into a car where the man is Serrano on January 3rd. Most valuable promotions. They should have done the business with him. Miguel Alia, con los 20 pesos. Gotta show some support. Thanks, Punch. Appreciate you. One of the members, Miguel Alia. Let's go. Con el perrito, perrito. God bless. Good looking out for the contributions. Rap Store Boxing Out said Tank fumbled the bag over women. Yeah, man, we spoke about that yesterday. I don't even want to talk about that's it. The Tank thing, that said, is old already for me. We got it's fight week right now. We got Vergil Ortiz rap. We got Vergil Ortiz and Lubin. Forget about that. That's it. That Tank shit is whack now. That's it. Tank got to go to court, deal with his baby mamas or his woman issue and stuff like that. It is what it is. There's the sport. We spoke about this yesterday. That this is the plague with boxers. Boxers are notorious women beaters. Let's just be real. Let's be honest. Let's not sugarcoat anything. They have a lot of trouble with women. There's women that be lying on them. There's women that has been tortured by them. I don't believe that boxers are. I said this a long time ago. I don't expect boxers to be normal. They get hit in the head. They've been getting hit in the head ever since they was young. Gervonta Tank Davis, he had almost 250 amateur bouts by the time he became a pro. Look how he talk. Most of these fighters got problems. You know what I'm saying? But put it this way. Also, we also heard this, right? We also heard this, that Ryan Garcia going to be fighting Mario Barrios. Now the question is, people saying like, nah, man, that's not fair, yo. How is Ryan Garcia going to get a title shot after losing to Rolly Romero? That's not fair, y'all. That's not fair. Do y'all right? People in the chat, do you think it's right? Shout out to Ryan Garcia. I'm a fan of Ryan Garcia, but I gotta keep it real, gotta keep it honest, right? Should losing be rewarded? Should losing be rewarded, ladies and gentlemen? Let's be real, let's be honest. Because I'm gonna hit you with another question, y'all. And I want you to be real. I'm gonna hit you with another question. I want you to be real, ladies and gentlemen. Should losing get rewarded? But I'm gonna tell you like this about the 147-pound division. The 147-pound division is a ghost division, just like the 160-pound division. The only reason a lot of people now talking about the 160-pound division because it's now linking the 160-pound division with Terrence Book Crawford. But it's a ghost town. The 147-pound division is a ghost town. There's a lot of people that feel like Mario Barrios lost to the 8th division world champion, 5-time lineal, 12-time world champion, the ambassador, the senator, the humanitarian, the greatest karaoke singer of them all, the GOAT, Manny Pacquiao, should cheat and be rewarded. Hey, it got rewarded already, Mac. It already got rewarded because Ryan Garcia tested for Osterin, but I told the whole world in the YTBC that Ryan Garcia was going to get the benefit of the doubt. Because a lot of people didn't know what Osterin was. Osterin is labeled as a PED, but that's just like that's like soy milk for men. He was drinking. He was having orgies throughout the week. He barely worked out, so I know it wasn't a PED that beat Devin Haney. But a lot of people gave Ryan Garcia the benefit of the doubt because not only was that it was Ryan and Devin, it was just that the performance was needed in the sport of boxing. If you look at it, if you really think about it, the performance of Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney is actually maybe the best performance outside of Terrence Bud Crawford versus Earl Spence. In North America, that's probably the best performance that captivated the imagination, the emotions of the boxing fans, especially of this generation, because this generation of Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, Shakur Stevenson, and Tank was supposed to take over, right? This was these were the names that's supposed to be the new four kings, you know what I'm saying? Right? So that performance really did good for the sport of boxing. It had a lot of promising. And then he tested for Osterin. But still, Ryan Garcia got the benefit of the doubt. Did cheating get rewarded? Yes, it did. Because even Turkey Al Sheikh allowed Ryan Garcia to fight Rolly Romero for another world title, the WBA. So he did get rewarded. He get the reward, and I also get rewarded. He main evented Times Square over Devin Haney, who co-main event, over Teofimo Lopez that was playing third fiddle and was the only champion and ring lineal champion in that card. So Ryan Garcia got rewarded versus Rolly Romero and about to get rewarded to fight Mario Barrios. Do you agree? Randy in the building con la bandera de República Dominicana. A ver qué tal la música de Randy. Randy. Baby, DJ Camelo Island Sensation, págame la música. Yankee thing, all right. Shout out, my friends. Should losing get rewarded, ladies and gentlemen? But let me pull y'all card out. Let me see. There's gonna be people out there right now. Shout out to the people on X, formerly known as Twitter. Shout out to the people on YouTube. There's gonna be people out there that are gonna be like, hell no, bro. Hell no, bro. Ryan Garcia should not be rewarded, yo. Ryan Garcia should not get a title shot. Okay. Okay. Let me ask y'all another question. Hold on. Let me upload this picture. I want to see if y'all gonna keep it real. I want to see if y'all want to keep it real. Let me see. Because I don't have a problem. To be honest. I don't have a problem with this fight. And I'm going to tell you why I don't have a problem with Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios, even though I don't believe that loser should get an opportunity. I don't believe that him losing to Rolly Romero, that he should get an opportunity for another world title shot, right? But I'm going to tell you why I'm okay with it. Give me a second. I'm going to tell you why I'm okay with it. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. Give me 30 seconds, y'all. 30 seconds. Smash that like button. I'm going to tell you why I'm okay with Ryan versus Mario Barrios, even though I'm against, I know it sounds like a contradiction that a loser should get an opportunity like that. But hold on. Give me a second. Smash that like button. Mira la foto de Cantinflas. All right, folks. Let me take this thing out of the way. Let's be real. Let's be honest. Dímelo, Davo. Hoy se bebe. So, would you rather see, we already see Mario Barrios versus Manny Pacquiao. Would you rather see Mario Barrios versus Suleimani Kasakasachukaluki? Huh? Do you rather see Mario Barrios versus Ryan Garcia or Mario Barrios versus Salomani Karukanusachuka? Huh? Would you rather see Mario Barrios, Ryan Garcia, or Mario Barrios versus Raul Suriel? You already know that Conor Bennett going to be facing Chris Eubank Jr., so he's out the. Would you rather see Mario Barrios versus the Mean Machine or Mario Barrios versus Ryan Garcia? Would you rather see Mario Barrios versus Ryan Garcia, or you rather see Mario Barrios versus Tulalini Markabirgirgin? Huh? Do you rather see Mario Barrios versus Jack Catterall, who just lost, or Mario Barrios versus Ryan Garcia? Do you rather see Mario Barrios versus Stanionis, who just lost to Boots Ennis and got knocked out, or you rather see Mario Barrios versus Ryan Garcia? Now, I like this fight right here. Y'all already know, shout out to Rohan Polanco. Now, this fight, I will like, but would it be bigger? Would it be more lucrative than Mario Barrios and Ryan Garcia? I like the Mario Barrios versus Rohan Polanco. I like that fight, but it wouldn't be no near more lucrative than Mario Barrios versus Ryan Garcia. We'd rather see Mario Barrios versus Liam Paro, who lost to Subriel Matias and just moved up to the 147-pound division. Or you'd rather see Mario Barrios versus Ryan Garcia. Or you'd rather see Abel Ramos that already lost 6 times. So, ladies and gentlemen, do I believe that a loser should be rewarded or awarded a championship bout? No, but I would rather see Mario Barrios through the WBC in the welterweight division versus I would rather see Ryan Garcia get the title shot. I would rather see it. I will understand it. I would like to see Rohan Polanco. But if you really, in my heart, I think that Ryan will be Mario Barrios. And not only that, it will still keep the storyline will still be alive. Let me tell you why. Ryan Garcia, I don't think, let's be real, let's be honest. Whoever is managing Mario Barrios' career is the fucking best manager in the sport of boxing in the past 5 years. Mario Barrios' career, if you really look at Mario Barrios' career, has been managed so perfect. Has headlined how many pay-per-views? Mario Barrios fought in the Jake Paul Mike Tyson in front of 73,000. He headlined with Gervonta Tank Davis, headline with Keith Thurman, headline with Manny Pacquiao, fought in the co-main event of where Ugas in the Canelo Alvarez versus Jamel Charlo. Yo, whoever is managing, I don't know, it's Bob Santos, I don't know. Lou DeCuba? I mean, I don't know if Lou DeCuba, the manager of Mario Barrios, is Al Heyman, the manager of Mario Barrios. Ladies and gentlemen, Mario Barrios' career has been managed better than almost anybody in the sport of boxing. Yo, he's at the right place, the right time. Right place, right time. Come on, man. I hope that I hope he, and put it this way, Mario Barrios is the husband of one of the most sexiest women in the sport of boxing in the past, decade? Mrs. Omar Figueroa. Omar Figueroa's sister, huh? Hasta la tigra que tiene ese tigre. He's winning, bruh. Now, after the baby, I'm not gonna say, but y'all remember that Omar Figueroa's sister was the talk of the town in the sport of boxing. Let's be real, let's be honest, right? Mrs. Figueroa, ¿verdad? Esa tigra está buena. No disrespect Mario Barrios, but esa tigra está buena. Huh? Hey, yo, Devin Haney and Gervonta Tank Davis, take notes on how to pick your woman. Huh? Mario Barrios is winning after winning after winning. Huh? Él tiene Mrs. Figueroa. Bunch of pay-per-view, headline of pay-per-view. He get great support out there in San Antonio. He don't even talk trash. He don't even really promote himself. Lou DeCuba, PBC, whoever's manager, Bob Santos, whoever is, Mario Barrios' career has been perfect. And he's taking losses and still get opportunity. You got to give him credit for that Ugas victory. Got to give him credit. Ladies and gentlemen, let's be honest. Mario Barrios at 154, at 147, outside of the Crawfords and Thurmans and Dennis Garcia, Porter, that's not even there no more. Spence. Mario Barrios probably got the best win. Mario Barrios got the best win right now. From Brian Oman Jr., he got the best win. He got a better win than Brian Oman Jr. So this, I think, is going to play out. Ryan Garcia fights Mario Barrios. Ryan Garcia beats Mario Barrios, which will resurrect the career of Ryan Garcia. If Ryan Garcia could stop Mario Barrios, because Keith Thurman didn't do it, Ugas didn't do it, Manny Pacquiao couldn't do it, then it's back to what? Shit, Tank did it. Ryan did something that nobody else has done since Tank. Ryan, for the first time, becomes a champion. What has been the ultimate criticism of Ryan Garcia by the boxing fans? Yo, you ain't never been a champion yet. Yo, you don't want a belt. Go for the championship belt. Now he got an opportunity, so don't take it away from him. We've been on Ryan Garcia's neck saying that you should fight for a world title. Guess what? He's fighting for a world title. And thank you, Christian Padilla. It sets up the rematch even lovely. I got Devin Haney beating Brian Norman Jr. Now, I'm not saying, look, this is going to happen, but I'm saying, look at the play. Look at the play. Remember, I look at boxing as a sport, but I also look at the political side of things. It's still a business. It's still a business. Does business thrive to have Brian Norman versus Mario Barrios? Or does business thrive with Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney, the rematch for a unification bout in the welterweight division? And they will promote this fight like a Roberto Duran and Sugar Ray Leonard. They will promote it that way. They will promote it that way. They will promote it like a Floyd Mayweather versus Oscar De La Hoya in 147, something like that. They will promote it like that. How about this? The rematch of a unification bout with Rolly and Ryan Garcia. Boxing still wins. What about this? A unification bout with Rolly and Devin Haney. See, if Ryan Garcia beats Mario Barrios, the Four Kings or whatever, Four Kings as Shakur Stevenson, as the Super Five or whatever you want to call it, right? Stays alive. The narrative stays alive. What they've been promoting and marketing for a while stays alive. Then we go into the rematch of Devin Haney, and that money would stay in the bag. So Devin Haney would have to beat Brian Norman. The only fight that we wanted from Brian Norman was the Boots fight. Does Brian Norman, what will be next? Okay, Brian Norman Jr. beats Devin Haney, and then what we want to see after that, if he stays at 147. Is Brian Norman Jr. really a hot commodity? Remember, I'm speaking about the sport and the business at the same time. It's good for business for Devin Haney to beat Brian. It is good for business for Ryan to beat Mario. You got the unification bout rematch between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. You got a unification bout of Ryan Garcia versus Rolly. And guess what? Then you got Tio versus Shakur Stevenson in January or February. Let's say Tio beats Shakur Stevenson. He retains his WBO title, which then he could petition to still fight for the guy that got the WBO world title in 147 in Devin Haney. Teofimo Lopez could petition to be the mandatory to Devin Haney and still get that fight. So everything will be lined up the way that we truly want it to be lined up. Let's be real, let's be honest. Let's be real, let's be honest. A lot of boxing fans, a lot of boxing channels and ex account holders, let's be real, let's be honest. You want to see the rematch between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. You want to see the rematch of Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero. You want to see Devin Haney versus Teofimo Lopez. You want to see Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson. If Shakur Stevenson upsets Teofimo Lopez, then he'll be the WBO champion. And you will probably like to see, remember when they went back and forth, Shakur and Haney? I don't care. I will support the fight that we've been marketing and advertising for years. I still want to see those fights. Just like I still want to see Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua. I don't give a damn if it's about belts or not. I still want to see Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua. If they both still active, I want to see the fight. I still want to see Demetrius Andre versus Charlo. I still want to see Charlo versus Crawford. I still want to see Earl Spence and a Vergil. I still want to see Earl Spence versus Keith and Tom Thurman. If they still active, I still want to see those type of fights. And I don't care what y'all can pretend, oh, that shit is washed up. This fight ain't going to do this. Nah, that's American talking point bullshit in the media and YouTube that we like to kill fights. Oh, man, I don't want to see that fight no more. Thurman versus Earl Spence. You see a press conference of Thurman and Earl Spence, all hands on deck. We all gonna watch. Shut the fuck up. Let's stop killing fights and let's maintain the great fights that we all been wanting to see. Maybe he's not gonna be in the same magnitude, but guess what? I thought a fight like Kell Brook versus Amir Khan was washed up, was expired milk. That shit sold out within 6 hours. I would like to see Thurman versus Spence. If Thurman beats Fundura, I would like to see Thurman versus Spence. Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. And the only people that don't want to see that fight is these people around these social media that like to do with that little smear campaign and hating PBC and the ghost of Al Heyman. I hate PBC. PBC dead. PBC dead. I don't want to see the fight. I don't want to see the fight. I don't want to see the fight. Y'all, I don't know how y'all keep wives, bro. All bitter and shit like that, but a guy y'all never saw in your life. That only got like 5, 6 Google pictures. Y'all don't even know how Al Heyman looked like. I hate PBC. I hate Al Heyman. Oh, the pay-per-view. So many pay-per-view. Yeah, Turkey Al Sheikh got you paying for pay-per-view. Shut the F up. And he's hiking the zone prices. Yeah. So we paying subscriptions and we're going to pay pay-per-view. So shut up. Keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. Every time when you hear somebody to be shitting on the PBC, tell them, yo, keep that same energy with everybody else. He says Spence is out here playing soccer here in Dallas. Shout out to Earl Spence. But if he's gonna come back and he's going at 154, I want to see the win of Thurman Fundura versus Earl Spence, and we all gonna watch. And I'll be happy that Earl Spence is back because the only blemish in his record has been Terrence Bud Crawford. We keep on talking about that boxing is dead, boxing ain't the same, but us boxing fans, we help it die. Like I like to talk boxing with a bunch of boxing fans. We don't have to agree on everything, but still be excited about fights because at the end of the day, we're fight fans. I'm tired of talking about what I'm tired of talking boxing with dudes that's always complaining. I don't want to pay for pay-per-view. I'm gonna rob it. That's not worth the money. That's not worth pay-per-view. Cállate, you cheap motherfucker. Cállate la maldita boca ya. Huh? Go get a damn job. Ain't y'all tired? Hey, yo, my peoples on Punch Drunk Boxing watching on. Ain't y'all tired with these low lives, these cheapos? These are the type of dudes that go on dates, right? And be like, and the waitress be like, what kind of water do you want? And the girl says, oh, let me get a Perrier or let me get sparkling water. I don't know. Let me get tap water. Is that free? You know what I'm saying? That water too expensive. Why, mommy, don't gotta pay no damn sparkling water, man. Get that free water and shit like that. I already know how these people in the sport of boxing, they're the type to go on a date and the bill comes out to like $90 or $80, right? With drinks and food, and they give a $3 tip. I already know what, yo, I don't gotta even, yo, when I see people always complain about that, these are the type of people that leave $3 tips on an $80 tab. Hey yo, they want to split the bill too. They want to split it. Like, oh yeah, can you split it? Yeah. So yeah, this is your drink. Hey yo, let me tell you like this, my brothers. If I invite Vic, Savage, Davo, like say, I'm like, hey yo, brother, you want to go? Yo, let's go out to drink. I'm making up the plans, right? Hey yo, let's go out to drink. Boom, the first round, man, it's on me. Bro, I got it this time. Maybe y'all got it when y'all invite me out, and then y'all got it, right? Yo, I got it, whatever. But this thing get split. Split the. Oh no, you got that, and then I got that, right? And then sometimes you be with your homie, be like, hey, yo, bro, I got it this time. Just leave for the tip. Leave whatever for the tip. Nah, these low lives that be talking about, I ain't paying for the pay-per-view. I'm robbing it. These are the type of dudes that go into the deli, to the grocery store, and they go buy a gallon of milk. And now the gallon of milk that used to be $4.30 now costs $5.30, and they'll rob the gallon of milk. Who the hell say that with pride? I'm robbing it. Like, who say that? Yo, you got to be a low life to say, I'm robbing the fight. Like, who say that? Like, because you don't like the price of a pair of jeans, you're going to go to Macy's and rob it? No, man, it's too expensive. Yeah, and run out the store. That's some low life shit. So when I hear, yo, I won't even say that. I won't even say that proudly. I don't say that proudly. Oh shit, I'm gonna rob the fight. And a fighter that's risking his life because it's still his job. It's still his job. Just say that you ain't gonna watch the fight. Nah, man, I'm gonna use my Saturday and go out. Nah, I'm not good with the fight. I ain't trying to see that fight. These dudes will actually be like, that fight ain't worth it. I'm going to rob it and still watch it. That's some low life shit for real. Y'all low lives, bro. Y'all low lives. And the reason why y'all don't care to say it like that is because a lot of these guys know that there's not a lot of women in these boxing talk. But how much you want to bet? If boxing talk in this community was like 50-50, like the analytics have 50% of women watching your channels, or 50% of it has a fan base of 50, is 50-50 men, and you see a bunch of chicks on the chat, you won't say that you're gonna rob the fight. Because you know that men won't say certain things because they don't want to be perceived themselves as some cheap dude. Because men usually front. You the same type of dude. You the same type of dude that y'all will rob a fight. But y'all the same type of dudes that will spend more money on a stripper than your own girl. You the same type of dude that will pay for una mamada where you could get her free at home. That's how I look at these boxing fans that be like, I'm robbing the fight. You guys will spend more on a stripper than your own kids. You will value the stripper than your own kids. You go to work and spend that whole check. Spend the whole check. And then wake up and be like, damn, yo, I ain't never do that again. Damn, it's good, man. Charles at the castle, went early today, huh? Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to do it early. It's fight week. It's fight week. Facts. Low live. Meanwhile, wearing all the high clothing, taking pics of themselves, flossing, crying about pay-per-view. If I don't, yo, BK. La música de queso, la música de queso, la música de queso, my friend, queso, queso in the building, queso in the building, queso in the building. He's got his own money. I mean, the boy has got his own money. Queso! DJ Camelo, Alex Sensation, Adoni. Fight Fury Films to the building. Let's go, Fight Fury Films to the building. BK said, facts, low life, meanwhile wearing all the high clothing. Look, it's all right. It's all right if y'all don't want to see the fight, but I'm not going around saying I'm going to rob the fight. Nah, man, just say that you ain't going to see the fight. But let me say it like this. Like I said before, brothers, like I said before, this division right here, hold on. Y la foto. This division right here is worth every dollar. This division right here is worth every mother effing dollar. Every penny, every dollar, every dime, nickel, anything. 2026, if the business of boxing invest in 154, you will see boxing as a major sport. but it has to be consistent. It has to be in a timely fashion. It has to be Thurman, Fundura, Kelly, and Bakram in January. You got in February, give me Vergil Ortiz back in the ring, or either Xander Zayas, Vergil Ortiz, or Charlo. Earl Spence or Charlo. Boots Ennis back in the ring. Boots Ennis versus Josh Kelly after later on in the year. Something it gotta keep the momentum. It's too stacked up. It can't be spread it out. But going back to Ryan Garcia fighting Mario Barrios, I'd rather see Mario Barrios fight Ryan Garcia than any other person in the welterweight division. So this losing deserves a title shot. As much as we want to speak on what's morally, ain't nothing moral in boxing. So let's be real, let's be honest. Let's take moral out the equation. Let's take morals out the equation because even the business handlers in the sport of boxing always let us know it doesn't make sense. If it makes sense, they don't care about the sport. We care about the sport. They care about the business, but they move about the business. They don't move about the sport. They don't move. It don't matter, right? They know that Ryan Garcia is a hot commodity. Turkey Al Sheikh knows that Ryan Garcia is a hot commodity because after Ryan Garcia popped dirty, he put Ryan Garcia to main event the Times Square card versus Rolly. As a matter of fact, they pay Rolly more than they even pay Teofimo. And he's a ring champion. He got Turkey Al Sheikh's belt. I think that Ryan will beat Mario Barrios. Then you're going to see the rematch and the unification bout. I got Devin Haney beating Brian Norman. And look, put it this way. This was going to happen. If Brian Norman Jr. beats Devin Haney and Ryan fights Mario Barrios, then we won't see Devin Haney and Ryan. We will see the rematch or unification bout of Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero. Cancel say, yo, I'm off Ryan Garcia for real. He got to do a lot to get me back, whose last performance was worse, Wilder or Ryan. Well, Ryan lost his last performance. Wilder won his last performance. I think that Ryan Garcia got more of an upside. I can answer that one, Queso. I think Ryan Garcia got more of an upside, though, because I think that Ryan Garcia got more potential fights that will be so interesting in the sport of boxing. See, he got the rematch with Rolly Romero. He got the rematch with Devin Haney. He got a potential fight with a Teofimo Lopez. You know what I'm saying? If he wants to move up to the 154-pound division, if Ryan Garcia has a spectacular victory, make a statement. If he makes a statement at 147 versus Mario Barrios, if he stops Mario Barrios, Ryan Garcia will be the top dog at 147, even over Brian, maybe over a Brian Norman, because we already seen what Ryan Garcia did to Devin Haney. And to be honest, I don't think that the right mind really think that Ryan beat Devin because of Osterin. I think people know the truth. Ryan Garcia beat Devin Haney because of skills. Wrong, con 10 pesos. God bless you. Ron said this title fight is disrespectful in so many levels. Why, Ron? Speak on it. Because as much as I don't believe that that him losing should get rewarded, Ron, be honest. Ron said this title fight is disrespectful in so many levels. All right, Ron, let me pull your card out right here. Who you rather see? Who you rather see him fight next? It's not going to be Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao already fought Mario Barrios. Who you rather see fight Mario Barrios? What's a bigger fight? Be honest. This is the rankings. What's a bigger fight? Come on, Ron. What's a bigger fight? Do you want to see Mario Barrios versus Soliman Casaccucu? Do you want to see Raul Suriel? Conor Benn going to be facing Chris Eubank Jr. Do you want to see the Mean Machine? Do you want to see Taulani, Mika Bagaliji? Do you want to see Jack Catterall? Do you want to see Stanionis, who lost to Jerome Boots Ennis? Jack Catterall, who lost in his last fight? Do you want to see Rohan Polanco, el Dominicano, el Platanero, el Manguco, el Tres Golpe? Do you want to see Lion Paru that lost to Super Matias in 140? Do you want to see Abel Ramos that has 6 losses? I'd rather see Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios, folks. I'm sorry. I'd rather see Ryan. I know he lost to Rolly Romero. I'm not even trying to be biased. I'm not even trying to be biased. He said, you talking about money fights. Well, wrong. I did say that we're looking at the sport of boxing, but we also have to understand the business of boxing. Wrong. I might be guilty of it, but I'd rather see Ryan versus Mario Barrios. And if Ryan Garcia wins, I want to see a unification bout and the rematch of Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. And if Devin Haney loses to Brian Norman Jr., I want to see a unification bout and the rematch of Rolly Romero and Ryan Garcia. I'm sorry. The 147-pound division is not a fun division right now. He said Mean Machine destroys Barrios. But Luis, that's what you want to see next? You want to see the Mean Machine versus Mario Barrios? You're honestly telling me that y'all don't want to see Ryan versus Mario Barrios out of the potential opponents for Mario Barrios? Y'all want him to fight the guy that's supposed to be the mandatory in Salomane Casaccucu? I'd rather see Ryan versus Mario Barrios. I'd rather see that fight. I want to be entertained. And also, I'm just looking at it. I think that, to be honest, if we're looking at the sport, right? It elevates the sport, man. It keeps the sport alive, man. It keeps the sport alive. Let's be real. Let's be honest. I never seen boxing, to be honest. Like the way it is right now is so boring right now, man. It does, like we've been saying it for years that boxing is dying. Yo, it feels like it for real now. Like it feels like boxing is dying. It does feel like that. This October, November was looking forward for December. It feels like that. Fight Fury Film says Ryan versus Barrios will be a good fight. It's a winnable fight for Garcia. Facts. God bless you. God bless you. Appreciate you. And shout out to the members of the channel. If you haven't become a member to the channel, go check the pin comment and become a member to the channel. Rome said, bro, you made your point, but why is boxing the only sport that is like this? Did the Brewers go to the World Series after losing to the Dodgers? No. But put it this way, Ron. Would you rather have seen the Lakers versus LeBron James, Kobe and LeBron James? Would you have rather seen that final? Would you have rather see who did the Pacers beat that year when it was the Pacers versus the Lakers? Who they beat? Was it the Knicks? It wasn't the Knicks. I think it was the Knicks. No, it wasn't the Knicks because it was Reggie Miller. That it was one of the worst ratings finals. Wanted to see. Damn, what was it? Yeah, I think it was supposed to be the Lakers in Cleveland. Around one of the years is supposed to be that it was a potential final to see Kobe and LeBron James, but we never got it because LeBron James lost. I understand what you're saying. I'm not, to be honest, wrong. I understand. That's why I question that. I don't believe. I'm just my take is very hypocritical. My take is hypocritical because I feel like Ryan Garcia doesn't deserve a title shot. But if I'm looking at the fight, the potential fight, I'd rather see Ryan and Mario Barrios. I don't think he deserved a title shot after losing to Rolly Romero. But I'd rather see Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios out compared to the other names in the rankings. Boxing talk, boxing talk. God bless you, de lo mío, my Christian brother. Que Dios te bendiga, boxing talk. God bless you, my brother. He said, I don't think Ryan beats Barrios. He gets stopped late. Wow, Barrios too much for him. I think if Haney beats Norman, it's amazing achievement. Also, I get Ennis the best at 154. I think he dogs Vergil. Man, to be honest, boxing talk, I don't think nobody dogs Vergil. I don't think nobody dogs Vergil. I don't think that Boots is going to go out there to dog Vergil. I don't think so. I think he'll win a technical, he'll just, but to dog Vergil, I don't know, my brother. I don't know, my friend. I don't know if you'll dog him, boxing talk. I don't know about that one, man. Appreciate you, boxing talk. Appreciate you with the $10 super chat. Queso, queso, queso. La música de queso. Pero la música de queso con el super chari chari party cake con los 20 pesos. All right. Let me take this thing out of the way. Hold on. Take this out of the way. Char Queso says, shout out to Queso. God bless you, my brother. The humanitarian or the YTBC says, let me zoom this. My fault. Let me zoom this. I'm with boxing talk. Barrios is type nice. Like he's a jack of all trades. Ryan has one weapon. I ain't seen no footwork, no jab, no right hand, no head movement, and suspect chin. Ryan never even had a dominant performance. Hey, let me tell you like this. I think that he has an underrated right hand because that's what set up him knocking Devin Haney. He set up the right hand versus Oscar Duarte as well. I think he has an underrated right hand. He got an amazing left hook. But I think he got an underrated right hand. Mario Barrios got good skills. I think he does. Mario Barrios remind me a little bit like Danny Garcia. Not in the sense that he does everything good and nothing great. You know what I'm saying? He does everything good and nothing great. But if you could do everything good, you're going to win most of your fights, and you're going to lose the most challenging fight versus an elite fighter. And that's why the fights that he have lost has been to elite fighters. He does everything good, but nothing great. Ryan Garcia doesn't do everything good, but he got something great. And that great could be the equalizer to somebody that could be doing everything good, right? Is the reason why Danny Swift Garcia also had tough time with elite fighters in the respective division. He had a tough time with Lamont Peterson. He had a tough time with Thurman. Had a tough time with Porter. Had a tough time with Earl Spence. Had a tough time with Lara. Lara was not even in his prime, but you know, that's why Mario Barrios lost to Thurman and lost to Tank and lost to and a lot of people thought that Manny Pacquiao beat him. Fresh off the water, con 20 pesos. De queso. What do we want? Queso. Who do we need? Queso. Subscribe to the channel. Queso. no sweepstakes for you. Queso. No crema for you, okay? No crema. If you don't subscribe to the channel, no crema present, okay? For anybody. Ryan has always had a quick power right, but he just like using his left hook. Yo, sometimes you fall in love with something that's been working for a long time. It's like, I'm gonna give you an example. Deontay Wilder, they only had a right hand, but Deontay Wilder has to have a good enough jab. If you look at Deontay Wilder, go check out he was throwing that jab versus Tavern. See, Deontay Wilder didn't just have a good right hand. Deontay Wilder had the best 1-2 in the game, because how everybody knew that right hand was coming. He had to throw the jab for that right hand. See, it wasn't just the right hand. Deontay Wilder was the best in setting up the right hand with the 1-2. He took a lot out of Mark Breland. Mark Breland in the 80s was known for the best 1-2. That's what made Mark Breland is. He's a legend in New York City. Shout out to Mark Breland. Dímelo, VW. Con los 5 pesos. Boots left hook vulnerable. Kareem, if Vergil touched that chin with his left. See, Vergil Ortiz, I seen Vergil Ortiz knock out people with a jab. Vergil Ortiz, I think, got like 3 knockouts with a jab. I seen Vergil Ortiz knock out somebody with a jab to the solar plex, a jab to the grill. I think Vergil Ortiz already got like three knockouts with a jab. See, Vergil, I've been saying it for a long time. Vergil is a man possessed. That's why I even asked his father. Shout out to Vergil Ortiz Sr. I asked Vergil Ortiz Sr. because I never used to hear, no disrespect, I said it because I wanted to figure out where he gets this anger from in the ring, because outside of the ring, he's the most, Vergil Ortiz is one of the most humble cats that you could ever meet outside of the ring. Well-grounded, very cool, don't entourage, just his own style in his own world, just a very cool dude, bro, a cool dude, man, like, you know what I'm saying? Just even talking to him off camera, he's just a genuine dude, right? But I asked his father, and if y'all watched the interview I did, and after that, I was telling him, and I said no disrespect, because I never heard about Vergil Ortiz's mother, right? Vergil Ortiz always lived with his dad, and I always used to think that when Vergil Ortiz fight, I always assumed that he took out the anger out of his opponent because his mother wasn't really there in his life. You know what I'm saying? Because I even told Vergil and his dad, I said, I just never seen a nice guy like that switch it up. And he's a mean dude in the ring, bro. You catch Vergil, and Vergil, when he gets caught, he's a man possessed. And that's why I got Vergil beating Erickson Lubin, because once he adjusts, if put it this way, the worst thing that Erickson Lubin could do to Vergil Ortiz this week is stagger him. It's hurt him. Because Vergil Ortiz, when he gets hurt, it's like he gained a superpower, bro. He gained a superpower. And you don't see that a lot from a lot of fighters. We seen it what he did to Mean Machine. We seen it with Boachuk. Hey, yo, he was going after Boachuk. We seen Vergil Ortiz, when you hit him, it turns something on. It ignites something. That's why I got Vergil beating Erickson Lubin. I think it's going to be a war in certain rounds, but he's gonna overcome him. Wrong, back to work for me. Fam, shout out, okay? So, God bless you, my brother. Wrong, con los 5 pesos. Hope you have a good day at work, my brother. Hope you have a great day at work, man. Fight Fury Film, salute. Okay. So, I believe at welterweight division, I'm good with that Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios fight. In 154-pound division, again, I said that Vergil Ortiz, I think, is going to be Erickson Lubin. Is going to be a war. It's going to be a Fight of the Year candidate. I think this fight is going to be It's going to go like the Baturbia versus Anthony Yarde fight, where it's going to be competitive, but Vergil Ortiz is just going to be too much when he ups it, and I don't think that Lubin is going to match the intensity of Vergil Ortiz. I think he's going to have some intense because we've seen Lubin also turn it up, but I think that we just haven't seen Lubin overcome a war like Vergil Ortiz have. So I think that both of these guys are war ready, but I think that Vergil Ortiz know how to overcome a war. Boxing talk. What's your breakdown on Lubin versus then? Good looking out with the $10 super chat boxing talk. Them. I was talking about it right now. What's your breakdown on Lubin versus Ortiz? Easy Ortiz stoppage, or does Lubin live up to the potential? Also give T.O. this memo. If he stops Shakur, he can entice Crawford Pride to catch weight fight. He could. I think people will respect that more. But boxing talk. Again, like I was saying, I think that both of these guys are war ready. I believe that both of these guys have very, very good technical skill set. I just think that Lubin has a new coach, which is Keiko Mora. I don't know what the chemistry is there. I know that Vergil Ortiz got chemistry with the coach as well. Rob Garcia got the best gym. I think that Vergil Ortiz is polished with sparring and things of that nature. I think that Vergil Ortiz got great momentum. Lubin is coming off from layoff. Well, not a layoff. He was fighting in pro box. I just think that Vergil Ortiz, when it's time to adjust, both of these guys are just different. Lubin adjusts to outbox, try to outbox you like he did with Ramos, and Vergil Ortiz is going to go at you. Vergil Ortiz could cut the ring off. If he could cut the ring off versus Madrimov in even a better fashion that even but Crawford cut the ring off. I just think that Vergil Ortiz, competitive-wise, because of his resume, also he's been fighting good opposition. He's been fighting competitive fights, good challenging fights in 154-pound division. He hasn't taken nothing easy as of late, right? I think that Vergil Ortiz feints is really going to, and feints is going to do a good job. I think that Vergil Ortiz got one of the best feints in the game. I like his movement. He's not as stationary as people may think it is. Before, you could say that he mirrors Earl Spence. They come from the same school. I just think that Vergil Ortiz is so grounded outside of the ring and inside of the ring that, he don't go to fat camp. He ain't trying to do none of that. I think that Vergil Ortiz is really going to do is really gonna make a splash, but it's gonna be a hell of a fight, I believe so, because Lubin does have very, very good skills. I think that Lubin just, those fights. Lubin is the poster boy of elimination bouts. Lubin is the poster boy of how to resurrect your career like that. We've seen it happen twice. Erickson Lubin is not a guy that stays down, in terms of, a loss doesn't define him. So in that sense, mentally, he knows how to overcome adversity in that sense. But Vergil Ortiz have a better understanding how to overcome an adversity in the ring. So I got Vergil Ortiz beating Erickson Lubin, but I respect both fighters. But if T.O. stops Shakur, I'm gonna say Teofimo Lopez have the best victories of this generation. Teofimo Lopez beating Shakur Stevenson will have the best wins of this generation. Him and Bivol. It'll be greater than the Earl. Look, because Terence Bud Crawford will have Canelo, Earl Spence, and Porter. Bivol will have Suldo Ramirez, Canelo Alvarez, and Beterbiev. Usyk will have AJ, Tyson Fury, and Dubois. Tio will have Loma, that was on the pound for pound list at the time. Josh Taylor, that was on the pound for pound list at the time. And Shakur Stevenson, that was on the pound for pound list. Can you tell me any fighter in the past 40 years that has beaten 3 pound-for-pound fighters in their prime, that was on the pound-for-pound list at the time? Name. Outside of Sugar Ray Leonard, maybe Oscar De La Hoya. Tell me anybody that has beaten 3 pound-for-pound fighters in their prime. Again, y'all already know I've been saying it. I'm gonna keep on preaching. I don't give a damn what y'all say. If it wasn't for the politics of the sport of boxing, Teofimo Lopez would be recognized as the first 2-division undisputed world champion in the full belt era. Again, if it wasn't for the WBC shenanigans of the franchise with the Loma fight, and if it wasn't for Josh Taylor vacating his belt before the Teofimo Lopez fight, Teofimo Lopez, by the age of 25, would have been the first to capture the 2-division undisputed world champion in the full belt era. Shakur Stevenson will be the one daring to be great, but also Teo is actually shorter than Shakur, and Teo is a small 140. Teo is the smallest 140 outside of Gary Antoine, Subriel Matias, the Josh Taylor, the Jose Ramirez, the Regis Prograis. Teo is the smallest guy at 140. So it will be, yes, Shakur Stevenson moving up. But if you look at Teo and Shakur standing side by side, Shakur is a bigger guy than Teofimo Lopez. So it wouldn't be too much of a daring to be great in terms of, physique and all that. What was that about anyways? Like, why did Taylor even vacate the belts? He didn't want to pay for it. It was too expensive. And remember, Josh Taylor was working with Daniel Canahan. Louis, remember in the fight with Jack Catterall, the first fight, Bob Arum paid, I think it was half of his belt sanctioning fees, meaning Josh Taylor was going to vacate his belt leading up to the Jack Catterall fight. But he promised Jack Catterall to step aside so he could get that undisputed bout with Jose Ramirez. So he kept his promise with Jack Catterall, right? He didn't have to fight Jack Catterall. He kept his promise with Jack Catterall. But remember, he was in business with with money makers. Once he's like, I'm not going to be paying for these sanctioning fees. And that's what happens. The same thing that Josh Taylor, the same way that, what's his name? Was it Baldomir? When he faced Floyd Mayweather, when he vacated the world title, he want to fight for the world title, he want to pay the sanctioning fees for the Zab Judah fight or whatever like that, because sanctioning fees are very belt fee and sanctioning fees are expensive, and you ain't getting, if you're not getting a significant purse, F the belt. Only black people saying Lubin have a chance. Lubin couldn't even beat a Majumov that went 12 with Crawford and Vergil. People scared Vergil going to replace Canelo, and then a Latino will be the face. Rikishi Production. I haven't heard too many takes on the Lubin and black people on Lubin. I don't know. I think that every fight should be taken serious at 154. That's how stacked it is. I wouldn't be surprised if Lubin upsets Vergil. I wouldn't be upset if anybody at 154 upset anybody. I wouldn't be surprised if Boots Ennis fights Xander and Xander beats Boots. That's just the 154. That's the story at 154, that we see the vulnerabilities. Canelo Alvarez could have lost to Lara. Demise Andre could have lost to Motorosian. Charlo lost to Harrison. Charlo could have lost to Castaño in the first fight. Jason Rosario beat. Who Jason Rosario beat? Was it J-Rock? Yeah, Jason Rosario beat J-Rock. J-Rock beat Hurd. That's been Tim Tszyu beat Harrison, beat Mendoza. Fundora lost to Mendoza. That's been the story at 154. That's been the story at 154. Rapstar Boxing Knowledge says smash that like. So I'm not surprised. Boachuk just lost his last fight. Everybody was up on Boachuk after the performance of Vergil Ortiz. Boachuk lost his last fight. I think Josh Kelly is going to beat Bakram. And everybody is up on Bakram right now. Now, Bakram is the boogeyman. No, he not. No, he not. He ain't beat no world beater. Bakram did not beat no world beater. He beat Tim Tszyu. But then who did Tim Tszyu beat? I can't. To be honest, anything could happen. Mazurmov could have came out with a victory versus Bud Crawford. I think if they would have raised Mazurmov's hand, many people wouldn't never said it was a robbery. If they would have raised Mazurmov's hand versus Terence Bud Crawford, a lot of people in the sport of boxing would have never said it was a robbery. They would have been like, yo, that's a close fight. Damn, man, it was a close fight. We want to see a rematch. As a matter of fact, a rematch should have happened if it wasn't for Turkey Al Sheikh. Shout out to Turkey Al Sheikh. Yo, he's been a blessing to Bud Crawford. Because if it was a Turkey Al Sheikh to give that to Canelo Alvarez, and if Turkey Al Sheikh would have been like, you know what, man, I want to give you that rematch with Mazurmov, people would have respected. So I got Vergil Ortiz beating Lubin, but don't be surprised. I think if anybody that has watched the 154-pound division in a decade, I don't think you should be so, how you say it, boisterous and knocking. Oh, hell no. Lubin, hell no, can't be no Vergil. You don't know. You don't know. This is the division you can't play with. This is a division you cannot predict heavily like that. You can't. I don't care. There's some, look, us boxing fans want, there's a lot of people that want to overlook Erickson Lubin. They want Lubin to lose to Vergil Ortiz because we, the boxing world, want Boots and Vergil, and we don't want nothing to ruin that fight. Just like we didn't give Ryan. That's the reason we didn't give Andy Ruiz the benefit of the doubt versus Anthony Joshua, because we just looking for Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder at the time. We don't want nobody to throw the monkey wrench. We didn't give a damn about that Bud Crawford glove popped versus Dave Avanesian because we didn't give a fuck about Dave Avanesian. We want to see Bud versus Spence. So it's not that people don't want to, that they don't want, it's not that people really are analyzing how Vergil can lose to Lubin. Is that you don't want Vergil to lose to Lubin because we want Vergil versus Boots. And we don't want nothing to get in the way of that. If Lubin keeps his discipline and turns Ortiz all night, he can steal this one in brains versus bomb at 154. Yo, Fight Fury film. You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. Don't be surprised. Hey, yo, Vergil Ortiz is a fighter that was losing. Look, he was losing to Ryan Garcia in the amateurs. And I don't want to hear nobody be like, oh, no, the amateurs don't count. The amateurs don't count. Shut the fuck up. Is the reason why you think that Andy Cruz could beat Keyshawn Davis. Why? Why many in the boxing world, when we talk about Andy Cruz versus Keyshawn Davis, many people say that Andy Cruz will beat Keyshawn Davis, but Keyshawn Davis have a better pro career up to date right now. Why? Why do people think that Andy Cruz is Keyshawn Davis' daddy? You know why? Because of the amateurs. So I don't want people to bring up when I say, yo, Ryan Garcia beat Vergil Ortiz in the amateurs, and the amateurs don't count, but then y'all all about Andy Cruz and Keyshawn Davis in the amateurs. Boxing talk in the building. Call on the episode. Bud got the treatment from Turkey that PBC fighters got with Al. And you called Xander a PR virgin of Devin Haney. That's nasty work. I think so, but that's not a but boxing talk. Look at that with the $10 super chat, my brother. Why people find it disrespectful? I think I'm actually giving Xander Zayas praise. Why people find it disrespectful when I say that Xander Zayas is the Puerto Rican version of Devin Haney? Devin Haney is a 2-division champion, undisputed at the lightweight division, gonna be going for his 3rd division. Let's say he beats Brian Norman Jr. I would still say that Xander Zayas is the Puerto Rican version of Devin Haney. Why people feel I'm disrespecting Xander Zayas? Xander Zayas hasn't done what Devin Haney has done. Boxing talk.
You's a liar!
Hey, yo. Now let's get there. Hey, yo, nah. What's going on around here with y'all, man? He said, what Xander did to you, Pud? Xander ain't do nothing to me, man. Hey, yo, what did Devin Haney do to y'all? Hey, yo, boxing talk. Hey, Queso, what's going on with y'all, man? Hey, yo, that's a compliment. Yo, why that's not? Hey, yo, come on, talk to me. Yo, brothers, talk to me. Why that's not a compliment? Why that's not a compliment for Xander Zayas? Hey, yo, Queso. Yo, Queso, unboxing talk. Hey, yo, Haney sued his baby mama too. So Haney was keeping it consistent. Haney did the right thing too. I agree with Devin Haney suing his baby mama. Suing Ryan Garcia, that was embarrassing. But when I said the PR version of Devin Haney, I'm talking about in the ring. I think that's a compliment. Hey, yo, folks in the chat, what do you think? Is that a compliment for Xander Zayas? He said the right thing is crazy. Nah. Hey, yo, Devin Haney, baby mama, that Scoochie, that skanking the hoochie said that Devin Haney punched her in the stomach while she was pregnant and then say that it was a lie, basically. Come on, that woman should be in jail. If Andy Cruz went toe-to-toe, then I think Keyshawn would catch Cruz because I think that Keyshawn will beat Cruz in the pros. I've been saying that ever since in the amateurs. Ever since in the amateurs. I said that Andy Cruz just got Keyshawn Davis' number, but in the pros, I think it'll be different. Because I always used to say that Keyshawn Davis had a pro style. Get the fuck out of here, man. Yo, shout out to Xander Zayas. Why y'all making me look like I'm a Xander Zayas hater because I said that he's the Puerto Rican version of Devin Haney? Okay, maybe Xander Zayas need a knockout. I just feel like Xander Zayas haven't had that statement victory for me, man. Similar to Spence versus Bud, Cruz should have caught K early, but Hearns wouldn't make it. Well, Keyshawn Davis didn't sign with Matchroom Boxing. He started fighting under the Matchroom Boxing banner. So now I got Davis stretching him. Pause. I need to see a statement victory. The thing is, look, if this was the 147-pound division and Xander Zayas is doing what he's doing, I would be like, Xander Zayas is probably the best fighter. But at 154, if Xander Zayas don't showcase some power at 154, I don't think he's going to make it to the top. And I know he's the youngest one. He still don't got his man strength. But if he doesn't give me a statement victory, I just don't know. To be honest, Xander Zayas will be more safe at 160 than 154. What y'all think? There's certain people that will be more safe at 160 or than 154. That's how stacked 154 is. I think Bud going to 160 will be easier than him going at 154. I think Bud going at 160 is an easy way out. And the reason why, and look, I'm gonna say like this, I don't think it's fair for me to ask Bud to go 2 weight classes down, because again, nobody in the history of the sport of boxing, except from Roy Jones Jr., went 2 weight classes back down and won a belt, or won, or be successful. You talking about Janibek? How good is this Kazakhstan? Who you talking about? Janibek? Janibek was used to shame Demetrius Andre. That's the only reason people know who Janibek is. Janibek is nothing special. Janibek is nothing special. Janibek got the worst resume out of all of them. Janibek is your highly definition of a paper champion. I believe that Janibek lost a long time ago versus Vaughn. And that split decision victory, I thought he lost that fight with Vaughn. The same dude that Gabe Rosado just beat in the Barclays Center. I think that they was trying to promote Janibek to being the next Triple G. And because he wasn't really giving that type of performance and didn't give that type of illusion, that's when they actually stopped promoting him like he's the next Triple G. I wanted Triple G to fight him. Why Triple G didn't fight him? Janibek is smoking mirrors, in my opinion. I think that would be an easy win for Bud. And that's why they're trying to pump up Janibek. That's going to be an easy win for Bud. That's going to be an easy win for Bud. Bud will be, I think if Lara was younger, I think age is going to be the only reason why Janibek beats Lara. Age is the only reason. Janibek is a slow starter. I'm telling you, Janibek is not all that. Janibek was just being promoted because they were trying to find the next Triple G, and he's from Kazakhstan style. They're going to promote him like that or whatever. He ain't all that. Trust me. Maybe he could get better. I don't know. But what I've seen, he's just being marketed as this next Triple G. I think Bud beats him. I think that would be his easiest fight at 160. I think that would be his easiest fight at 160. And that's the reason why I think that the guy's Bud is really entertaining. It's like, I think Bud is getting happy. Yeah, keep promoting this guy because he's the easiest one out of all of them. Yeah, keep promoting this guy. Janibek won't make it past Lara. I see there's always that danger factor with people who don't have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Lara still can't be played with, but Lara's 42 years old, 43. I know that age ain't nothing but a number, especially now because of the science. But I don't know. I don't think that he got the power to keep him off him. I think that Janibek know how to. He know how to. I think Lara is a better fighter, is a better boxer, but I don't know. It's gonna be tough. How much Lara got left? That's what it is. But I don't. Janibek is not all that to me. But what else we got? We got so we got the 154. We spoke about the potential fights. Hopefully Tio and Shakur they get announced quick. I got a Josh Kelly beating Bakram. I got Vergil Ortiz winning a Lubin fight. They talking about who's gonna be the potential Jake Paul next opponent. I don't know. I don't know when Tank is gonna be back in the ring. I don't think people care at this moment. Lamont Roach versus Pitbull Cruz. I think that Pitbull Cruz for whatever reason, I don't know. I mean, I think that Roach is more technically sound, but I think that maybe Styles gonna make fights. Styles make fights. That he got the type of footwork on the outside to get away from Pitbull Cruz. Does he got the pop to keep away Pitbull Cruz? I don't know. I got Pitbull Cruz edging this fight, but he could easily be outboxed. If Rayo could do it, Roach could do it. If Rayo could do it, Roach could do it. But I got Pitbull. I got 50-50. So upcoming, we got Ortiz in the card, Benny Yards. I got Benny. I got David Benavidez beating Anthony Yard. I got David Benavidez beating Anthony Yard, but I think that Anthony Yard always shows up. He shows up. He just started late in boxing. I don't think that he got the IQ to beat a David Benavidez. But if I see Anthony Yard give people run for their money. Anthony Yard give a lot of people run for their money, but then he crashes out. He crashes in the later rounds. So I think that David Benavidez, I think he stops Anthony Yard within the 9th and 10th round. Anthony Yard is good in the beginning. Got some good movement. He could take a punch, but then Anthony Yard is not a great 12-round fighter, and I think that he's gonna get stopped. Boxing talk. Good looking out with the $10 super chat. Boxing talk. He said, when you gonna break down Loma's resume apart from Russell? I'm seeing some manufacturing. Lopez Sr. saw what others didn't. Also, in Canelo's voice concerning Zayas, you know why is disrespectful. It's not disrespectful. No, it's because y'all don't like Devin Haney. All right, I've been one of the most critical voices of Devin Haney, and I had to slow down, my brothers, because my brother Teofimo Lopez pulled out of the damn negotiations, and now he made me look bad out here. I love you, my brother Teo, but you made me look bad out here. But I can't say that about I can't say that. That's not a diss, though, bro. Xander Zayas is a good polished fighter, a good polished boxer. It's not a disrespect. Technically wise, it's not a disrespect. Loma, I don't think that Loma is really a manufactured fighter. You can't be now he got chances that other fighters wouldn't get. But what fighter in the second fight gets a title shot and they get another title shot? But he beat Gary Russell. You know what I'm saying? That Nicholas Waters. Okay, Rigondeaux was coming up, but certain fighters get that type of fight, right? Rigondeaux was a pound-for-pound fighter, right? I mean, Bud Crawford got the Gamboa fight. Gamboa was coming up 2 divisions up to fight Bud Crawford. Crawford was getting respect for getting that Gamboa fight. You know? Lomachenko, then when he kept on moving up, he kept on fighting some good fights. Jorge Linares was young. Luke Campbell was supposed to be a promising Olympian and stuff like that, right? People felt that he beat Haney. I thought that Loma beat Haney. Personally, I thought that Loma beat Haney. You know what I'm saying? But it was still a good technical matchup. It was still what was marketed, right? It was checkmate. It was that type of boxing. That was the sweet signs on display. I respect Devin Haney for that fight, and I respect Vasily Lomachenko for that fight. I think that he beat Devin Haney. I think the only real loss of Lomachenko's career was Teofimo Lopez, and he did try to rally up even in that fight. So, I think that you know, and the way he beat Richard Comey and the way he beat Nakatani and you know what I'm saying, like, nah, Loma did his thing, and Loma stopped George Camboso, right? Maybe it don't mean nothing now, but it wasn't like if George Camboso was getting stopped by anybody. Bien, peso, que los chari pari que lechos, Edward, queso, a comprar comida china. Mira la China, ellos queso la China. Di que I bought white rice chicken and broccoli with white rice para los niños. Y me dijo ella 12 pesos, $12. But that was $8.50 the other day, mamacita. What happened? And then she put it for, I am sorry, you know that, China and America and stuff like that. And then she put it for $10. Okay. Y me dice di que $12. Y mañana $14. Mama China, what happened? Huh? I'm your friend. Mama China is putting the prices up. In the span of 2 years, it went from $8.50 to $12. Huh? I see, no, Mama China. You take advantage of me because I leave you tip? Huh? Mama China bugging out. Silly for not taking it, but it ain't nobody scared of Haney unless he beat Norman like he beat Progress. You know what? Queso? Even if Devin Haney, see, I'm gonna tell you like this: Brian Norman Jr. has to prove it as a fan because I'm not convinced yet, and it's okay. There's certain fighters that I learned late to really look at them like wow, and then there's other fighters that I'll be like yo wow, but then they don't be who they are, right? That's your man's Captain Orange. What do you think about hold on. Give me a second. That's your man's Captain Orange. That's my brother Captain Orange. I know. Look. Sometimes something is bad, but something's gonna be good. All right. My Captain Orange is gonna prevail. Right. That's 1 year, man. Give him a chance. It's only been 1 year. You know what I'm saying? Only been 1 year. But Mama Dani, ese tigre mamao. I don't like him. Get the hell out of New York City. All right. Get the fuck out of here. Ese tigre está hablando mentira. De que he said he's gonna freeze the rent. He's a liar. Ain't no such thing as freezing rent. Huh? The same thing what they try to do during the pandemic. Mira, I was almost on foreclosure. Gracias, man. I was almost out. Man, I was doing bad, y'all. Huh? And then they say, oh, yeah, you could. What they call it when you could put the mortgage and then put it in the back, or when you have a car note, the deferment and stuff like that. Eso mentira. Eso del diablo, ladies and gentlemen. You even gotta pay more interest. No. Nothing free. I don't want nothing free. Mama Dani es un mamao. Hey, nobody vote for him. Get the hell out of here. No. Hey, look, I'm gonna say that. Let's be real. Let's be honest. In New York City, and I know in many cities like this, as much as people don't want to admit, when you have a Republican representative in leadership, the city feels safer, cleaner, and there's more jobs. Like like there's certain, when they say there's certain, when people be like, well, the statistics be saying this, and the statistics says this. Sometimes when you live in it, you don't need statistics because you're experiencing the life. Like I experienced being under the left. I experience when I see a hike in taxes, I could experience. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, don't want to go into my private life, but like that, right? But I like to bring certain private things and stuff like that. I'm not a person that likes to share I always share the real shit. Ladies and gentlemen, I pay more taxes than mortgage. My taxes are more than my own mortgage, ladies and gentlemen. Just think about that, folks. My tax is more than my mortgage. Think about that. And it's going up. Because in my little town, it's damn these lefts. When the right takes over, the city is cleaner. They clean the streets, not too much potholes. The crimes is low. When the D's take over, the D's are the demons. When the demons take over, look, I know I don't like to talk about politics. When the demons take over, those are the devil. Those are the devil on earth, man. I'm sorry, folks. And I'm gonna go away from politics because I already got enough boxing subscribers, and then I talk politics and I talk about Captain Orange, and some people be like, Punch, I don't fuck with you no more. I'm unsubscribing. Hey, yo, okay, so do you know that I have people that have emailed me and say, yo, Punch, man, I used to F with you, but man, you support a person that hate Latinos. Like, come on, folks. He said, you can't tell me Trump is doing a great job either. I don't care. But you can't tell me that the other ones did a good job either. Huh? I'm going to tell you the truth. Cuando Captain Orange became president, that first 3 years, it was the best, man. It was the best. Not even the people that hate Donald Trump could have said anything else. You have fake lefts, but this guy's the real deal. You think so? I don't know. The thing is that you know what it is, that the demons, the Democrats, they always have great speakers, man. They always got that good, young, fresh voice that it sound good. Hey, yo, he's like Bernie left. I really didn't hate Bernie like that. I wouldn't really hate Bernie like that. I wasn't around that time. I was already in transition of. I already seen enough from the left. I seen enough from the left, and I seen my community enough to say that y'all never did shit. Like if y'all any New Yorkers, let's be real, let's be honest. When we seen a major change, like yo, shit changed around here. The furniture moved around here. When Giuliani became mayor, yo, shit got cleaned up. The streets was clean. There was more cops and all that stuff As a delinquent, yeah, we didn't like it. But if as a grown-up now, understanding what Giuliani did, yo, he cleaned up the city, man. He cleaned up the city, man. So I know the significance when the rights take over. Yo, you could go Rockland County and go to Spring Valley and then go to New City. Like you could see it. Like you might not see it in the city because a mayor is just the mayor in the city and the governor. But go to them little counties in New York. And you could be in Rockland County. You could go 5-minute drive to this place to this town, and you'd be like, okay, this is a Democratic town. This is a Republican town. You could see it. You see the major difference. He said, my bad boxing talk is just a big deal. I think the blue wave will be real across the country. It's so hard to say goodbye. You know what it is? For me, the blue wave is all about media, man. They control it, and then it's all identity politics, emotional politics. That's it. It's just like when Sleepy Joe became. We need something fresh, though. We need something fresh. Shit. I vote for the Green Party before I vote for them. Cynthia McKinney or something come out of somewhere. Jill Stein. I'll vote for Jill Stein. But anyway, Um, but yeah, folks, boxing. Can't wait for this week. I'm going to do the fight. I'm going to do the live commentary. And then that PBC event is going to be good for December, the first week of December. November is going to be kind of skimpy because, you know, I was expecting a Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis, you know. I think he's going to be back in the ring probably maybe in December. But I like that PBC card too. I like that PBC card. You know, Shaki Foster versus Stephen Fulton is going to be a good fight. That's going to be a good fight right there. I got Stephen Fulton edging the fight because I do believe that Oshaki Foster always starts off late. I seen Stephen Fulton, you know, fight on the inside and then fight on the outside. I like the way that Stephen Fulton could adjust. You know, I think he really got overwhelmed with Inoue. But outside of that, Inoue is special. But outside of that, I believe that Stephen Fulton is going to be Oshaki Foster. But I think it's going to be a good fight. That's going to be a great event. I think it's going to be a highly entertaining event with the styles. But tomorrow we're going back live. Ladies and gentlemen. Good looking out for everybody that supported the channel, that smashed that like button. Please support the channel. It's gonna be a better month, better close fourth quarter of boxing, and then we're gonna be moving forward to 2026. I think it's gonna be an amazing January. It's gonna be an amazing February. I think boxing is really gonna be like 2023 in 2026. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know Punch Drunk Boxing. Y'all already know God first, everything second. 5 + survive equals true champions. The best investment you can make in your life is have God in your heart. Shout out to all the members of the channel, everybody subscribers. Shout out to the people that donated to the channel. My brother Queso, Fight Fury Films, Rome, Boxing Talk, everybody, yo. Health is wealth. 204. Queso, where you at? Well, where you at? I clocked 204, but I ate a lot yesterday because I took the kiddos to Dave & Buster's and I was eating, you know, not onion rings. I was eating fried calamaris and stuff like that, a lot of French fries. So, you know what I'm saying? The water, you know, I jumped back to 209, but I'm clocking 204 just yesterday. Where you at, Queso? Don't run away. Don't run away, Queso. Where you at right now? Because you started this, Queso. You started. Queso, where you at right now? Fight Fury Films. You know, this should be a whole new. This should be a new thing. Like instead of people saying, "Yo, it's New Year's Eve. It's time for us to get in shape." How about we all get in shape to whatever goals you want to be? Let's set a goal for January 1st. So right now we in what? November. We got less than 2 months. Have your goal. And then we celebrate New Year's Eve that we reached the goal instead of eating. Like this is, to be honest, this is the challenge. How to, because I'm going to say it like this, folks. Every time there's always been this thing that we want to get back in shape after New Year's Eve, or we want to get back in shape leading up to the summer. How about we get in shape in the most difficult time to get in shape, in the cold and when the holiday come, because you want to eat Thanksgiving. But how about we be dedicated and eating right in Thanksgiving, eating right for Thanksgiving, and let's celebrate in New Year's Eve. How about that? Christian Padilla says he's down. Let's do it, says Savage. Tip Bailey says, that's what I'm doing right now. 5 miles in the bag. Hey, yo, Tip, I ran 5 miles yesterday. Matter of fact, I didn't even run 5 miles yesterday. I ran 6.2. 6.2. And I couldn't run more than the 5 because I did pull my calf muscle last week. I think if I didn't pull my calf muscle, I could have clocked for the first time in years. The last time I was below 200 was 2015. And I'm close. I'm very, very close. I don't want to go skinny looking like a skeleton and stuff like that. I don't want to look sick. But I want to be, to be honest, I want to be 190. So when I do eat something or lose control for a period of a week or something like that, I'm clocking at 195, 197. I want to be 195, 190. That's just, and I feel, to be honest, though, I feel good right now. I feel good right now with my 204, 205, 207, 208, 209, depending on the day what I ate or whatever. But you know how the winter gets. By New Year's Eve, I want to be at least 190, 192 or 195. I think when I went to the 180, I just looked I looked sick at 170 something. And that's supposed to be good. Christian said I need to lose 25 pounds. Boxing talks, let's do it. I can't wait to exert. I say 190. If I could maintain this weight going to Thanksgiving weighing 197, that's my new goal, to be honest. That's my new personal goal. My challenge goal was 207. I beat that with queso. My new personal goal for Thanksgiving, I want to be 197. So I want to lose that 10. I want to lose 10 pounds from that 207. I want to be 197 by. I want to be 197 by Thanksgiving, and I want to maintain that all the way to New Year's Eve, and then I want to be in the 190, 195, 193, 192. If I could clock 192 for New Year's Eve, I don't want to kill myself because I really want to keep it consistent. I don't want to pull no hamstring and stuff like that, no calf, because the calf muscle I never pulled the calf muscle in my life. In playing sports, I never. This is the first time in my life I ever had a calf injury, bro. And it was like, damn, bro. Fight Fury Films, Colo 25. I want to see boxers go for legacy in 2026. Legacy reigns supreme. Tell them, Fight Fury Film, T.O. versus Shakur. Fundura versus Thurman. The winner of that faces Vergil Ortiz. We got the winner of Josh Kelly versus Bachman versus Boots. We got Charlo getting back, because if Charlo comes back to 154, I don't take nothing. I never took no creatine or nothing out of that. Everything has been natural in my system. Only thing I take in my system is tequila and vodka club. That's the only thing. I never try none of that. Never try none of that. But I'm good with that. I'm good not trying everything. I like how everything is on. It's natural. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to be muscle bound. I'm not trying to do none of that. I'd rather be agile. I want to be flexible. You know what I'm saying? Because the older you get, naturally you're just gonna be stiff. I want to be dance. I want to be agile. I want to dance. I want to be on my Chris Brown ish. You feel me? Good looking now, Fight Fury Films. Love you guys, man. Yo, tomorrow we back at the same time, 7:30, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. Y'all already know, happy hour Thursday tomorrow. Love y'all. God bless, and on to the next.